Coach, what does Countess's absence the rest of the season mean for defense going forward?
It means the next guy's going to have to step up, and Blake Countess is a tremendous young man. He's a very gifted athlete. He's played some outstanding football for us at a young age, and now the next guy is going to have to step up, and that's the nature of football. And when you're in a university setting where you only get so many guys and their numbers are such, you can't go out and get a free agent or anything like that. Now the next guy has to step up, and that's what they've been told every day they practice. And so now, you're going to have our next guy come up there.
Is Courtney definitively?
Yeah, Courtney Avery's played a lot of football for us, and Courtney's done some good things. But as you know, in our mindset here, it's whoever practices the best, and you got to go. Nobody's ever given a position, and so Courtney obviously is a front runner because of how much he's played and some of the good things he's done. And in Ramon, Delante. Young guys that have been practicing all along, and they'll be the next guys in line.
Now that you've seen the tape, what do you think of the way Courtney played in that game when he came in?
Well, Courtney got thrown into a position where he's playing corner, where most of his work has been at nickel, but he does get work at corner. And the one thing that everybody sees is when he slipped, and he knows it, and we know that shouldn't have happened. He should have been on top of that receiver. You don't use slipping as an excuse. He did some other things that were good. But that's the one that everybody sees, and that's the one that hurts your defense the most.
Is Terry Richardson a guy that you could see replacing Blake, or is it still maybe a little too early for him?
Terry Richardson's another one of the guys. I mean, that's our pool. You take the pool of guys you have, and all of them. The good thing is all of those guys that you've just mentioned, that we've just talked about, have all had a lot of reps in camp. Terry, not as many because of the academics in the classes, but he has in the last 2 weeks had reps, and so he now will be another guy that you will see who's the best guy.
You said Courtney's the front runner, but could you see more of a rotation opposite JT?
It's hard to rotate a corner. It's hard to rotate. Corner's different than other positions because, a corner gets in there and he gets the feel for it. And the thing you always worry about putting a guy in at corner back there, it's a different deal, and so you don't usually try to rotate corners very much.
How do you separate between Alabama's offensive line being as good as you said it was, and teaching the defensive line this can't happen, or this needs to improve?
Yeah, Alabama was a very good football team, but Alabama did not have the success they had solely because they were bigger, faster, stronger. They had it because we didn't play technique and we didn't tackle, and I'll give all the credit in the world to Alabama. Anytime a team lines up like they did and ran the football, which is really the heart and soul of our defense, is we never want anybody to be able to do that. You have to give them credit, but then when you look at the film, you also have to reinforce that technique is everything. I've always said that, and it showed up clearer than ever. And when you are not a seasoned veteran, and you're not a guy that has played a ton of football here, that'll show up faster than anything because of being in your first game. And we had so many guys on that defense that a lot of people have heard about over the years, but they haven't been seasoned starters. They haven't been guys that have been in that game a long time. And you look at Jordan Kovacs, for example. Everybody will say, well, he missed a lot of tackles. Well, if that safety is going to be asked to make as many tackles as he is without a lot of guys around the football because of not playing technique, that's going to happen to anybody out there. And Jordan would be the first guy to tell you that, I didn't play like you expected us to do, and that's right. And Jordan will have a tremendous year, and he'll play better every game because we're going to have the rest of the defense be there and him not have to make those plays.